Hey guys, so I know it's been a long time since you've seen my face and I did like a short little intro video coming back to YouTube. I'm gonna do a really super in-depth brow tutorial for you guys today because that is my most complimented thing about my face. I get so many questions, comments, and compliments on it in person and on my TikTok and on Instagram, everywhere, constantly. So anyway, let's get into how I do my brows. Okay, so this camera shoots in 4K. I bought it impulsively, literally yesterday. I'm excited to be using it. I'm excited to be back on YouTube. I'm just excited. So if you are a longtime follower and like you're still here, thank you. And you know, if you're just now coming across this video, give me a follow. And if you want to see more consistent content, I'm on TikTok almost every day and there's a ton of videos on there, but I'm hoping to post at least once a week on here. Let's get into how I do my brows. Okay. So I use these four things. The Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade. I know it's very like 2016 of me, but this is the shade Chocolate. I just can't get away from it. And then I've been using this Patrick Ta brow brush, okay? This is so thin and so precise. Obsessed with it. This is the Wet n Wild shadow brush. This is so hard to find, but it is my ultimate favorite. Look, the finish is coming off. Ultimate favorite brush for concealing anything on my face. It is an eyeshadow brush. I linked it in my Amazon storefront, which will be in my description for you guys. I have all my beauty must-haves, like my home decor items, pet items, car items. I have it very organized in there. But this brush is really hard to find, is the only reason I'm like sending you guys over there. It's like 99 cents, but it's so hard to find. Okay. So right now I'm just like fresh faced. The only thing I have on is sunscreen. I've been using this Glow Baby Super Lit from Pacifica. Honestly, it's really good. I've been obsessing over Pacifica products lately, but now for the real tutorial. Okay, so the first thing I do is brush through my brows just to make sure like they're sitting normal, right? Not always necessary, you know, for everyone's brows, but necessary for mine. I also like trim every hair that comes up as it comes up. Basically, I keep up with my brows nonstop. And a really good pro tip is like go get your brows professionally done. And then every 2 to 3 days, pluck things that come up so you can keep that professional shape for as long as possible. If you're not good at doing your own brows, that's like a way to save money, is just keep up on it. It's hard being a girl. It's hard out here in the streets. But what I'm going to do is take this Dip Brow Pomade and take my brush and apply it to both sides of my brush because I want to keep this brush as flat and tapered as possible. I want it to be thin and skinny because that is going to give me the most precise application. Now, I always do my brows like this. So I have a drugstore version also if you guys want to see my drugstore version, but I digress. Let's just do this. I don't know why I'm like acting like I'm nervous. Okay. So I'm going to start in the middle of my brow on the underneath of my brow. And notice I don't have the brush like this. I'm angling it upwards. What this is going to do is apply product that's on the sides of the brush. I'm literally going to sneeze. Ah! Ah! Moving on. Any product that's on the sides of the brush is then going to go into your brow and not like cake up and build up on that line of your brow. So we can get like the most natural looking brow as possible because I know like, you know, using the dip brow can be scary because so many of us had such intense block brows, but you just have to know how to manipulate the product and maneuver it. So I just underline my brow basically. I'm going to draw the outside lines of my brow so that I know what I can fill in without messing up basically. And I just continue to apply product on both sides of my brush and wipe off the residue on the rim of the container. And I'm going to do the same thing, start in the middle, again, not angling my brush like this, angling it like this, because that's going to allow any product to go where I want it to in the brow and not just build up on this outer edge and be super cakey and bulky. and just build my arch and the tail. I have a scar right here in my brow, which is like whatever. I just gently feather in whatever's left on the brush with very light pressure, just to kind of mimic brow hairs there, because otherwise I get a weird looking brow. But I'll take whatever is left on my brush, and now I'm just filling in between those lines that I created. That is the way I like to do it, because then I don't accidentally get something where I don't want it, if that makes sense. And I don't get like too harsh of a brow. I know like that laminated brow look is like super trendy and stuff right now. I've tried it. It's not that it doesn't look good on me, it's that I don't enjoy the way it looks on me, and I'm wondering if that's just because I'm so used to like having my brows how I have them. I don't know. It's not my favorite thing. It looks good on some people, and on other people I'm just like, we don't always have to follow the trends, guys. Like, we can set our own trends, we can do our own things. It's not always necessary, right? So I'm just brushing through the product either way, just to make sure, again, there's like no bulkiness of product and it kind of evenly distributes throughout my brow. And then with no additional product on this brush, I'm actually going to pinch it again like that, because it gives me that super defined point. And I'm just going to really lightly, very lightly, like I pretty much just wiped off all the product, but there's still like this light payoff that it gives you that will give you that very natural like brow look. Okay, so it's like barely filled in, barely there, just almost like you didn't fill your brows in, like the most natural looking filled in brow we can get using dip brow pomade, right? I think that these used to be $18. They're like $21 now, but they last me 2 to 3 years. Now I go in with the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. This is the shade 10 Fair. I've probably went through 20 bottles of this in my lifetime. I'm obsessed with it, and the Wet n Wild shadow brush I was raving about. And I'm just going to apply the product to the brush and wipe off any excess on the side of the brush. And then I like to always start at my arch and just clean up this tail. I always use this shade for underneath of my brow. But I use like a more my skin, less highlighted shade, more of a shade that matches my skin tone on my upper brow. I'll show you that in just a second. So I just literally underline my whole brow, and you cannot skip this step, okay? Even though my brows didn't look bad or messy before this step makes you have the most cleanest, crisp brow. And that's why we use the concealer, because skipping that concealer, again, isn't like the end-all be-all. You could skip the concealer part if you wanted, but I'm just telling you, you will notice such a difference in the way that you have this genuine sharpness to your brow. I don't know how else to describe it. And I love this Maybelline Fit Me Concealer for it, because it is such a malleable, thin product, but that still gives you a bit of coverage. I think of my concealer like my eraser, okay, for almost all things. But I'm going to go in with the shade, what shade is this? 15 Light. That's weird, because this is 10 Light. This is 10 Fair. This is 15 Light. And they may have changed the shades, but this matches my skin tone, and I like to just use it on the top of my brow to really crisp things up. The reason I wanted to start with a brow tutorial today is because I actually am riding my motorcycle to work. So I own a business and work and do makeup and lashes for a living 4 days a week. 3 days a week I work at a fast food restaurant. I work 3 10 to 12 hour shifts, just depending on, you know, if they need me and like how scheduling goes for that week. But I've been doing that since April? March? No, April. Yeah, I've been doing that since April. I like working with a team, and I like having coworkers and friends, so it kind of fulfills that for me. But it is a bit draining that I work 7 days a week. Anyway, that's where I'm riding my motorcycle too. So that's also new. I just got my motorcycle license a month ago. And my motorcycle, I right now ride a 2009 Kawasaki Ninja 250. I actually have it listed for sale already. I feel like I need a little bit more power, a little bit faster of a bike to safely get around where I'm wanting to go. I've never really talked about my vehicles on here before. I'm just so open on TikTok about everything because I documented my sobriety journey on there. And it really took off, but like, you guys are the OGs. You know that like I started YouTube to do makeup, and I always wanted to do something else. That's why I have like a few true crime videos up and like story time videos and stuff like that, which I will probably still do story times. And I want to film something with Jordan, who is my boyfriend. He has been my boyfriend for the past 3 years, and we've lived together for the past 1.5 almost. You know, someone who like goes on camera all the time like me. But I thought it would be really fun to film a YouTube video with him. I was thinking like maybe just make him do my makeup. When I had him do a voiceover of my makeup tutorial on TikTok, like it was so funny and went over so well. Like, he's pretty funny. So maybe we'll do that for you guys, or I thought it would be cool also to do a Q&A. So I'll probably do that soon. If you guys want to be part of asking questions, you can either leave them in the comments below, or you can shoot me a DM on Instagram or a follow on TikTok and leave a comment, because I'm going to be collecting them from multiple different social media accounts. I just kind of wanted to chit chat with you guys as well, and I will be doing a like my current favorites makeup routine here soon for you. I just didn't have the time considering I'm riding my motorcycle today. I was like, well, that's the priority today. So I make enough income from the makeup and lashes. I do lash extensions and brows on its own, but I really enjoy the extra income after pretty much ruining my entire life with my alcoholism and getting really far in debt in a lot of areas. I also didn't have health insurance last year and had emergency surgery in October. So maybe I'll make a video for you guys about that. But yeah, my medical debt is like, she's out there, she's up there, it happens. It just makes me feel more stable and like I have more of a structured routine. This is my daydream for sure, and always has been. Like, I love YouTube. I'm constantly listening and watching YouTube all day long. No matter what task or chore I'm completing, I'm watching YouTube while I'm doing it. So I'm an OG like YouTube lover, and I love long form content, and I've just been craving to get back into it for so long, and working 2 jobs is what enabled me to impulsively buy this camera, which is way nicer than the one I had before, which I broke, and I took it into the shop I bought this camera from to see if they could fix it, and they were like, it's kind of a lost cause, I'm sorry. So I also have the Beetles gel nail polish on my nails. I can list the number in the description for you guys. It's just like the perfect mocha chocolatey fall color. I'm obsessed, and the Beetles nail gel, as long as you have a UV light, is so easy to use. Anyway, that is my brow routine. Sometimes I like to just throw some brows on for the day. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm so glad to be getting back into it. Like, I love makeup so much, and I love sharing my passion for makeup and my knowledge and my information, and like just absorbing everything that I can and sharing it with people and answering questions and being that person that people can come to for those beauty questions gives me such joy. So yeah, give this a thumbs up, subscribe, ring the bell, please. Like, I'm coming back, and I don't know how hard YouTube is gonna push this because this is such an old channel, but I didn't want to leave all my old subscribers in the dust by just making a new channel. So I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching this. I'm so excited. Let me know in the comments what you want to see. Let me know what questions you want answered so I can do a Q&A video for you. And let me know if there's any other like in-depth videos that you want to see from me. And I will leave all my socials linked in the description as well, so you can find all of that, as well as my Amazon storefront and my link, all the stuff. So I love you so much. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.